All right, ladies of Infallible, I have yet another success story to share with you. This is the Christine Paul, the one who has been sharing these beautiful, unique songs specifically curated for Infallible. I know many of you have been enjoying this music because well, the words deeply resonate with exactly what we are learning about inside Infallible. So, welcome, Christine Paul, to to
Thank
your success
you.
story.
Thank you.
Oh, I can't wait to share so much about your story because um because it's unique. And first I want to just share a little bit about how when you are following the energy and you're following your intuition, the universe has this beautiful divine orchestration, this way of connecting you with exactly who you need to be with and what you need to do. I have only known this beautiful woman for it's been a year now. We celebrated our 1 year friendship because I was called to do this health and wellness expo where I had a table and I was sharing my book, The Science of Getting Rich for Women. I never done anything like that before in my life, but I decided, you know what? I'm going to do this at the very last minute. And so I went and I had this beautiful table and I was sharing my books. And well, Christine, why don't I send it over to you because it was your husband who said, "Hey, check
Check
this
that
out."
out over there. You had this beautiful sign, and you and your books were. I just took a beeline. We ended up because we're in a brand new area now. So we took a drive one day, and we drove by this building where you were in that we didn't know at the time. And my husband's like, well, do you want to go left? Do you want to go right? Or you want to go back to that building? So we ended up going back to the building. It turned out to be a women's show. He's going through this women's show. It was wonderful. And he actually was the one that pointed you out. And I just left everything else, made a beeline right to you. And we had this conversation that I knew immediately. There's a reason why I've met you. And my energy flew through the roof. When I walked out of the building, I literally felt dizzy. The power of this woman is incredible. And something happened with my energy and her energy. And it was like, okay, there's something here. And she just happens to be in the area that I absolutely love. And that was mindset. Mindset and money. Okay, money's great too. Money and mindset. So, and here we are.
Yeah, yeah. Well, let's talk about money for a second and where you were in your life at the point when we met, because you had just retired from a very successful, right? A very successful career in real estate, and you had decided that you were retired. Tell me about
Yeah.
that. Tell our
Well,
viewers where you were.
everything changed, and I have been playing around with manifestation for a long time. It took me a while, a long while, but I did reach the life of my dreams. We ended up moving out here, completely different area, and I thought I was okay. We're good. I got to retire now. But life and the universe had other plans. So I started to change my wording to I'm not in retirement, I'm in refinement now.
What does that
That's
mean? Tell me what that means.
refinement for me is about, I mean, I love real estate. I still love real estate. I have investments and I love it. But I have had this tug on me for years about mindset and trainings and yeah, so I've now decided that I have to do something with this. I don't know exactly what it's going to be. I have no idea. And so I started to just be open And that's why I say refinement, because I'm allowing things to just kind of come in now.
So, ladies who are watching this interview right now, let me just tell you a little bit about Christine and what she has, experienced in the past, because her story is unique and yet similar in many ways. So, Christine had a very successful career in real estate, and she had participated in many mindset programs, Bob Proctor's program, which Money Mind is basically formulated around. And so she was already very keen on mindset, and also achieving a C-type goal. So this woman has achieved a C-type goal. Now, you know what a C-type goal means. You know the grandeur of it. Why don't you share the story? Because it's so spectacular of
Yeah.
the moment you realized you had achieved your C-type goal and what that was.
Yeah, I mean, I hadn't realized it because I was still working, and I had taken Bob Proctor, Thinking into Results, similar but totally different, trust me, to you. And I had wanted to make $1 million in 1 year. Now, my income for work, I didn't make $1 million. But when I started to reflect on it, I realized, wait a minute, the real estate market had jumped up like crazy. And I actually hit actually, it was more like $1.2 million in 9 months. So I started to play around with this idea that, wow, you know, there's a saying that the universe loves speed, and when you tap into it, it moves quickly. And ever since I've met this woman right here, it's been happening even faster. So,
Well, I just love that so much because things don't always unfold the way you expect them to. We have these images in our mind, and we expect that we're going to achieve a goal in a certain way. Maybe it's a certain dollar amount per month, but things can unfold in a magical and unexpected way where money comes from a different place. And that certainly happened for you. And when you realize that, I know what that must have felt like. Because when I 5X'd my business last year, when I set the goal, I felt like it felt almost impossible, but I still wanted to try for it. And then when it happened, I was just in tears, absolute tears. I couldn't believe it. So it's spectacular when that happens. And I could just imagine the moment you realize doing your calculations, oh my gosh, like
oh
it
my
happened, it
gosh, it
happened.
happened. Yeah.
So, Christine, you are a mature woman. You've got lots of experience in the workforce, in your employment, your career in real estate, and you knew that we met for a divine purpose. I mean, you felt it, I felt it. We instantly felt this connection. And as you were coming into my world, you were experiencing my free little things that I do, like we're doing right now, right? Infallible,
Yes.
these other little challenges that I would do throughout the year to show people the power of this work, and of course, ultimately invite them into my closer proximity containers so that they can really accelerate their results and achieve their big goals faster. Now, the thing with you is that you were in my world, you were feeling the energy, you loved being a part of everything, but there was something that was, kind of stopping you from going, yeah, I want to join Money Mind. And can you tell me more about that?
Yeah, well, just a little bit of a backtrack. So when I jumped into I think it was even Infallible or something like it. I jumped into your program, and it started with we were listening to Spotify, same thing that you've put in now, Spotify 888. So I started listening to this every single day. And then something happened. I'm like, wow, I'm really liking the songs. I'm liking the words, it started doing something to me. And I started to feel the shift. Something was changing inside of me. And so I thought, well, Jessica's offering Money Mind again. And I'm like, well, I don't know. Like, I love her and I love her work. And I felt this nudge. I don't know why, but I listened to it. This nudge, join Money Mind, join it. And then after that, everything changed. In 6 months, it's just been literally, I would call it a quantum leap. It's been a quantum leap and it's not stopping. It's not stopping.
Now, before you joined Money Mind, like let's say the days leading up to, because it was infallible that you were in when you joined. It was at the end of last year in November, and you came in at I think like the last day or something like that. Now it is an investment. It is a my highest level container. It's where we get the best results, and that's why the price reflects that. Um, but still, when you are making a big investment,
Yeah,
there's always that voice in your mind that's really your paradigm that wants to create doubt, scarcity, uncertainty. Did you also experience that even
yeah,
amidst all of the
absolutely.
success that you have?
Yeah, absolutely. I still like, definitely, because last year I have a place, we have a vacation home in Florida and we've had it for quite some time. The air conditioner decided to go right in the middle of summer.
Of
And
course.
with the prices, the way everything has been changing, it would be, we live in Canada, it would be probably about $12,000 Canadian to replace the air conditioner. So it's like, ooh, wait a minute, I don't know, do we have enough? So always, it started to still play. And so I did still have that hesitation. And I started to realize, and what really shifted in me, first of all, I had the nudge. And I've recognized that money is just energy, like we are. And once I realized that, I just started to align with the energy of what I was feeling. And I went for it.
What would you say has been like your biggest transformation over the last 6 months inside Money Mind? What would you say has been your biggest transformation?
Well, I see myself now as a creator. I was in real estate, business, logic, and even my family's like, songs? Like, where did that come from? I'm like, I don't know. It came out of nowhere. And everything after that started coming out of just kind of coming out of nowhere. And then I created something else. I created a masterclass, which was, don't know where that came from. And now I've started my own music trainings. So I would say I'm a creator, I'm a leader, and I would say and I'm totally tapped into my purpose now, my
Mm.
true purpose. It feels really aligned. And now I just listen. I'm trying to get out of the way. I'm still, working on paradigms all the time. And all I'm trying to do now is just to step aside, listen to the energy. When you feel the nudge, you do it and don't worry about it. You'll figure it out.
I have witnessed all of that. And also, I want to share with the audience that you have stepped into a level of alignment and power like you have done things for the first time in your entire life. So, ladies, Christine started following the energy, following the nudges. She started getting really into the music because it's all about the feeling. We know everything is about the feeling. The feeling is the secret. Where's my book?
Neville?
Got there. Yeah, Neville. The feeling is the secret. Feeling is the secret. And that's why when we do our core four, you have to invoke the motion because it's the motion that creates the electromagnetic signature that goes out into the universe and then attracts more of it. But so it was the music that was really um, inspiring something within you. And then you start creating these songs and you're like, oh, there's something to these songs. It creates more feeling. And so you had already been a certified Mike Dooley Infinite Possibilities trainer, and you could have done your your trainings before, but you never felt the energy for it until this clicked. And then
And
all of a sudden,
confidence too. Confidence. It was
oh,
confidence as well. Something happened. This subconscious mind, something started to change inside of
okay.
me.
So then all of a sudden, Christine is doing a masterclass for the first time. She created a belief that she would enroll 50 people for her first masterclass. And wouldn't you know, that's exactly what happened. 50 registrations came through. It was something we celebrated inside the Money Mind Telegram. And so Christine is following the energy. She's following the nudges. She's a creator. She's creating things, which is leading her to do things she's never done before. She's aligned with her purpose and her passion, and she's contributing in a way that is so fulfilling and meaningful. And what's next for you, Christine?
Oh, well, one thing I want to say first off about you, Jessica, is you are an activator. You are an activator, and you activated something in me. And I just feel magic everywhere, everywhere. It's like open up to it, allow it in, and you, by our side, unstoppable. Unstoppable. It's not stopping. I wanted to take the rest of the summer off after I do this training, and I keep getting other ideas. And I'm like, but now I'm afraid to turn the tap off. I'm like, I'm not turning it off. I'm gonna keep it open. I'm gonna redirect, still take fun. You have to make it fun. If it's not fun, it's not worth doing. So follow the fun, follow
Yeah.
the energy, and you.
Oh, that means so much to me. I The reason why I'm doing these success story interviews is really because I want the ladies inside the infallible experience to get a sense, a taste of the frequency that is inside this container because it is unlike any other container I've ever experienced, and I've experienced a lot investing tens of thousands. I mean, up near $100,000 into high level coaching and mentorship. And the frequency, the caliber of women such as yourself inside this container is world class. Our standards are high. The level of respect and integrity and authenticity is second to none. There is never any drama or conflict. There is only love, peace, and harmony. It is incredible. And I just want to thank you so much for saying yes to yourself, trusting in me to lead the way. And there's so much to celebrate just, over the last 6 months and beyond. Who knows what's next, but I just look back to that day, on that random day where we met. And now look at what's unfolded for you. Look at what you're creating. Look at the fun you're having, the flow you're in. It's just,
It's pure magic. It's just been absolutely magical and so much fun. So much fun.
we talk about magic a lot because we love the frequency of magic. Like we it's got to be fun and it's got to be full of magic. And that frequency is available and accessible and possible for you too. And when you come into my vortex. It is one of the frequencies that I like to hold, because when you expect magic, you experience magic. Deepak Chopra says that expectation determines outcome. So whatever you are expecting, whether it's challenges or opportunities, is what you will experience. We expect magic, so we experience magic all the time, don't we?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And
Oh
these
my God.
really fast yes moments.
Yes, full
When
body.
you have when you have that nudge and you just say yes, it's a solid, it's a yes.
Yeah,
It's
full
it's
body,
awesome.
and it's choiceless. There's no thinking, contemplating. It's just like opportunity. Yes. It's like there's like this inner knowing, this deep intuition that is far more advanced than your logical mind. Like it already knows. It's two steps ahead. Like it knows. And so, ladies, if you are watching this interview right now, if you are um, wondering, will this work for me? You know, my circumstances are this. I've invested before. I haven't experienced the results before. Um, Christine, what would you say to someone who's on the fence, thinking,
You
"Oh
know,
God, I would love something like that, but I don't know
yeah.
if it's possible for me."
You know, I had also taken a number of courses over the years, and I have never ever felt things happen so quickly since I've been in your container. I haven't. And what I love about your, like you said, there's no drama, there's intimacy.
Mm,
Intimacy. It's not like you're just in a huge group of like 100 people
no.
paying a lot of money with those 100 people. You don't get that white glove service, is what you provide. And you are all in. You're all in.
Mhm.
And you are the leader. You being all in, we are all in. So I would say go for it. Don't think about it, just do it.
Yeah, that's exactly um, what I did in the past as well. When I made this quantum leap and invested in mentors myself, money was the only thing that was in the way. My heart and soul was calling me forward. I was excited with the possibility of quantum leaping and getting the results that I saw other people getting. But money was always that one thing that created uncertainty or doubt or limitation. And I got to tell you that you don't need money to make a decision. You really don't. You can decide at any point in time that you're doing something. You may not know how. And remember, as Wallace D. Waddle says, you don't have to worry about the how. It's not the how that needs to be of any concern to you, because when you decide on the what, the universe reveals the how. All you need to decide is what. What do you want? And you don't need money to make a decision. So you can decide, I'm joining Money Mine. I may not know how and I may not know when, but I am joining Money Mind. And if that is where you're at, and if that is what you want, I will support you and guide you and help you to figure out a way to make it happen, just like I did with Sandy, who is now experiencing incredible results. I want that for you too, because it's absolutely possible. But you see, you got to step out of the way, because your paradigm and your subconscious programming, it's going to create fear, doubt, and uncertainty. It doesn't want you to grow. It doesn't want you to expand. It wants you to stay right where you are in the known. And your next level is in the unknown. So you got to go into the unknown with me. But I'll be your guide, by your side every step of the way. My promise to you is to always be there, and I will show you the way, just like I have shown Christine and Sandy and everyone else in the group. So I am so excited to have some one-on-one time with you when you are ready. After this interview, I will be posting this in the Telegram, and then I will be sharing my link below. I think I have 3 spots left in my calendar this month. if you want to have some one-on-one support where we can dive deep into your goal, into actionable steps on how you can get there. And I can share with you what Money Mind looks like if it's something that feels aligned. No pressure, no obligation, just overflowing with abundance and opportunity. Christine, do you have any last words for the ladies inside Infallible? You're actually inside Infallible, which is
Yeah.
really cool. Sandy's too busy right now. She's got a lot going on with these multi eight-figure
Yeah.
deals.
Oh my gosh.
I
Her
can't wait.
story is unbelievable.
I can't
And
wait to celebrate that. Can you
I
imagine?
know there's so many stories, ladies. I tell you, it's not just me, it's not just Sandy. I've witnessed so many people in your vortex doing incredible things, stepping into their purpose. They're in what they're called to do. We're all different, but we're all walking the walk now. And Jessica, you were with me during my first master class, and it was absolutely perfect because I felt really held by this woman. And I would just say, go for it, do it. Don't think about how you're going to make it happen. Just if it's feeling aligned for you, listen to that. Listen to your intuition. It knows.
Yeah. Have the discernment to know what is your intuition calling you forward to do and what is your programming, because they are two different things. And when we follow our intuition, it always goes in towards expansion,
And
ascension.
it whispers.
Yeah.
Whereas if
Yeah.
it's fear,
Yeah.
it yells at you, right?
Yes.
Whereas if you just listen to keep listening to that Spotify, that's where it started for me in craziness. If you listen to the whisper, that's your intuition, I believe.
Yeah. Yeah, and it is
Yeah.
leading you somewhere far grander. It's leading you towards your C-type goal. That is your destiny. If you can see it in your mind, it is your destiny. It's what you're meant to experience. And the only reason that you're not experiencing it yet in your observable reality is because you are not aligned with that version of you who has experienced that yet. And that can be changed with some subconscious reprogramming.
Yes,
Oh
absolutely.
my gosh. Christine, thank you so much for coming on here,
My
being
pleasure.
open and honest and sharing with the ladies of Infallible what one woman's journey can look like, you know?
And I'm
I'm
just a
sure.
regular person, just like all of you. If I can do it, you can too.
Last words. Thank you so much, Christine. I will see you inside Infallible.
Bye.
Mwah. Bye.